In this video tutorial, we're going to be showing you how to install Oxide plugins for your SublightServers Rust server. The first thing you're going to want to go ahead and do is open your service. If you only have one service, it'll automatically open just by hitting Game Services. If you're at your home screen, the easiest way to get to your game service is to hit Game Services. Once you're at your services, just go ahead and hit Stop. Once your service is stopped, which it should take about 10 to 15 seconds to stop. Once your service is stopped, we're going to verify that your mod manager shows that your Oxide is installed. This is important. If it does not show as installed, you'll have to install it because Oxide will obviously not work if it's not installed. If you want to go ahead and update it, you can just hit the update button. Once it's installed, you'll want to make sure that your service has been started at least one time. Because if it has not been started at least one time, you will not have the required folders in your service and you will not be able to install plugins. So if this is the first time you're installing it, just start your service, wait about 10 minutes, stop it, and then you'll be able to go to your file manager, find the Oxide folder, find the plugins folder, and then here you can upload your plugins. You can get this from the Oxide/umod repository. Once you get your plugins that you want, just go ahead and hit the upload button, select your files. In this, I have 3 different popular ones. I have admin panel, remover tool, and time of day. So you can select them all. You'll see it'll say uploading. It'll show the upload progress on each one. And then once you're done, you can see them in here. Just go ahead and refresh, make sure they're still there. If for some reason, say you uploaded something you didn't want to use, you can just go ahead and right click and delete it. Very easy. Now we're going to go ahead and start your service with the new plugins. Just to make sure it all starts up successfully, we strongly suggest you install one plugin at a time to prevent any issues from occurring and making troubleshooting a little easier. Because if you install a whole bunch of plugins and your server crashes on startup, then you don't know what issue is causing your crashing. So we're gonna make sure the service starts after installing these plugins. Depending on the class of your server, CPU performance, etc. Sometimes your server will take 10-15 seconds to start up. Sometimes it'll take a minute plus. If it's a very overwhelmed world with a lot of entities, things like that, it might take a little longer. It just depends on how long you've been running your server for. We're just going to wait until it shows 0 out of 50 because that'll mean it's successfully started. This server is hosted on a pretty fast machine. It's got the maximum upgrade package, so it should start pretty quick. If you're on a base one, it might take a little longer, as I highlighted before. And any second, there we go. Now we can see 0 out of 50. So that shows that the service was successfully started with the new Oxide plugins. And depending on the Oxide plugins, sometimes it'll create new configs. So as you can see here in the config, it's created a JSON for each one. That shows that means the plugins have been installed successfully. Because we can go back to here. Those were the same names: time of day, remover tool, and admin panel, and it's automatically created the JSON for each one. You can download this and then edit it. It's basically just like a config file for anything else. This has been a SublightServers video tutorial.